Hey, everybody. Hey, Ali. My name is Tre'vell Deloach, and I'm a resident at the SMYAL Youth House. Ooh, I'm nervous, so bear with me. Thank you. When I was writing this, I didn't know really where to start because it's like so many ways that I could start what I'm about to say. But I guess I'll just give y'all a little information about me. I'm the middle child of 6 children, 5 boys and 1 girl. Even though my brothers say I'm my mother's substitute daughter, that be irritating me. But it's funny when I like listen to people's like coming out stories because I never really had to like come out or whatever. I'm this how it happened. So one day I asked my mother, can I go outside? I had to be like in the 4th grade. I was like, Mom, can I go outside? She was like, yeah. So I walked out. And that's when she was like, Tre'vell, come back here. I was like, huh? But I didn't peek my head in the door because I was like, she probably gonna ask me to get the remote at the bottom of the bed, like, and she could do that herself. So she was like, I gotta ask you a question. And my head was in the door. She was like, you gay? And I was like, yeah. She was like, all right. She was like, so just be back in the house before the streetlights come on. I was like, but I was walking down the street. I was like, I think that was just like, I think I just like came out. Cause no, for real, I was used to watching like Lifetime movies and stuff, so I thought it was gonna be like a whole. But anyways, later on in life, you know, due to complications, I was taken away from my mother, and I bounced from foster home to foster home until one day, you know, I was just like, it was it because I aged out. I ain't know nothing about like what I was supposed to do. I wasn't really worrying about like what I was supposed to do next. I was just living, you know, school, work, stuff like that. And even before like foster homes, like I didn't really have the best relationship with my family, so I was like staying wherever I could. But at that point in my life, I started writing everything down, like poetry and just like my day. I still got books to this day, like that detail, like everything that ever happened. But you know, I wrote because I felt as though nobody like will understand. Like it's the difference between talking to somebody and them hearing you, but it's also like it feels a lot better when you talk to somebody and you feel as though they can understand where you're coming from. So like pencils, pens, and paper, that was like my best friends because I was just like, yeah, I'm not talking to nobody because I got tired of, yeah, okay, it's gonna be great. No, it's not. Like, that's irritating. But anyways, like, because I was like depressed and stuff and I was going through stuff, I started working. Like, I was working, like, working real hard. Like, I was working, like, for real. Like, but, I worked really hard because, like, in my mind, I was like, I refuse to be a statistic. Like, in my head, I was like, I'm black, I'm a male, I'm gay. Like, bro, you got a bunch of strikes right now, so, you know, you got to get it together. But I knew that if I had a job that would eliminate like a lot of my struggles because I was like, if I have a job, wherever I'm scheduled, while I'm at work, I don't have to worry about like where I'm gonna be, where I'm gonna put my stuff. And I always worked with food, my fat self, because I was like, if I'm hungry, why ain't nobody looking? I was working at Panda Express. I'm talking about them honey walnut shrimp was real bone. For real. But yeah, I dedicated myself to work because I was like, I'm not about to be somebody's sad statistic on a sheet. Like, I'm going to get myself out of this situation. But having a job kept me out of trouble because at that time I was at work. I could have been like on the streets. I could have been selling drugs. I could have been selling myself, or I could have been on a rest in peace shirt like a lot of the people that I grew up with, or that was like around my age. So I was just like, ooh, I dodged a couple bullets there, like literally, like for real. But I got through it, and I'm telling you now, like this is something that I want everybody to realize. Like now that I'm older and I look back, youth homelessness does not have a look. So there were a lot of people going through the same things that I was going through. That now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, you was in the same situation, but you know, nobody really wanted to talk about it. Like I didn't want to talk about it. People chose to suffer in silence, like I did. But yeah, I got connected to SMYAL through coordinated entry, and it was through a case manager at Sasha Bruce, and It was like one of the days I had just got off. It was raining, and she didn't even mention it to me like in a way that I could understand it. She just kept on saying smile, and I was like, girl, this is my face, like for real. No, for real. Cause I had never heard her smile. She just kept on saying smile, and I was like, she gonna tell me to smile one more time, and I'm gonna walk right out this driving center, for real. But she had told me about Smile and everything, and I'm really glad that I had got connected through Smile because like now I can honestly say I'm in a place where I'm happy, like I feel safe. Like the Smile team is wonderful, like it really is. Like even when I write now, because I still write, like I feel like back then everything used to, like when I used to write like poetry or when I write like what was going on in my day, it used to sound like the climax of a Harry Potter book. Like it was just real dark, like you just never knew where it was gonna go. But everything, everything is on the ups now and stuff. But man, she's cracking up. But through, since connecting with Smile, I'm a lot healthier. I'm a lot happier. As of last week, I just completed. I went to a what's the thing called? Oh my God, why am I stuck right now? My job had a yes, I should read. Thank you. I went to a class to be certified as an SNS strategist, a STD/STI tester, and peer educator. So yeah, everything is like looking way, way up now. But I'm glad that I heard about Smile because like when I was going through what I was going through, I didn't know that places like Smile existed. There are a lot of drop-in centers, there are a lot of like programs that cater to youth, but there aren't a lot of programs that cater to youth that make people a part of our community feel like safe and welcome and understood. So I was really glad that I found out about Smile, even though it was late. And I want to read y'all this poem that I had wrote when I was in that space. Okay. All right. It's like being perceived as a raging bullfighter while living in a world made of glass, while under a microscope. Everything I do or say is criticized, analyzed, and then I'm ostracized. Everybody either cares too much or not at all, but it's never in a way that you'd expect. The people that you love turns a blind eye, but the folks that are strangers superimpose their feelings, thoughts, and concerns into something that doesn't have anything to do with them. Family and friends exclude you, and they toss you into a community full of people that you think would relate, but it's just jealousy and hate. A mentality of a bunch of crabs in a bucket. Judged and disowned, sometimes no job. You turn to crime, and sometimes it's hard. Trying to find yourself and understand yourself at the same time. No teacher, no book, no instructions, no rules, just hormones and instincts and sometimes a bad attitude. Jealousy and hate, your friends are no more. Don't come here, no invite, you can't walk in my door. You develop a certain type of armor living in this type of life. You develop a tougher skin always having to fight. You make your own family, bonds are forged through struggles. You make your own sisters finding brand new brothers. Strange new mothers and unexpected dads, been called every name in the book and tossed in the trash. Been called a duck, been called a queer, been called a sissy and a fag. But I overcome all the obstacles and I beat all the odds. Surviving and overcoming is kind of my job. There are good times too, but why talk about that? Everybody has good times, but every time I look back, I see all the BS that I've been through in life. The bullying, the drama, the hate, and the fights. I focus on that just so that you can see how difficult it is on the daily just to be me. The yelling, the pointing, the chaos and strife, all because you don't understand my way of life. But it's fine, I'm not bothered. Shrug it off, yeah, it's cool. I'm strong, and I know that you wouldn't last a day in my shoes. That's it. Oh, yeah. Okay, stop. No, stop. Y'all gonna make my head big, for real. But as I wrap this up, I just want to say, like, I really appreciate SMYAL for all the work that it does for our community. And another thing, just keep an eye out because you never know who you might pass on the street, who you might even interact with on a daily basis that is going through things that they do not want to talk about. Thank you, SMYAL, for all the work that you've done. Y'all have really changed my life. And my graduation date for the SMYAL Transitional Living Program is January 27th, but I'm probably going to leave like before that because it's just like, I'm ready to be on my own. And SMYAL gave me the foundation to do everything that I need to do. So thank everybody here for, being a part of it. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Amber, for being there. Francisco, you too, over there. Is you turn up? But yeah, thank y'all.